This is the Voynich manuscript. I want to show you something. I've seen this before. You probably have too. Something finally caught my eye. This is supposed to be the astrological part of the book, right? I want you to look there at the top of the page. Look right there at the top. There's this star. Seven points, right? What's right above that star? Two fish. And tell me, does this not look like they're climbing out of these round barrels or whatever? Look at them. Look at that, holding on to that like it's a wand. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you. This isn't even it. This is what I'll show you here. Look at that. Is that some type of water? Remind you of that verse from the book of Job? That things are formed in the water beneath the earth? They go through this one really fast. But look at this, right? I want you to see this next slide here. Now, this gentleman here claims he bought this book at an auction. At an auction in Turkey. Not Turkey, I'm sorry. He's from Turkey. But an auction in Poland. I'm going to leave the video in the description box so you can hear for yourself. And when he said Poland, remember that we found that mermaid in the statutes in Poland of one of the queens of Poland who was supposed to have been found in a lake in Poland by a king on one of his hunts. He took her back to his castle where she became queen. How did the mermaid lose her legs? They said it's the story that, I've said this before, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, is supposed to be, that's supposed to be, was contributed to. And it was something else, right? We're learning something about octopuses, right? Because I was watching that movie Independence Day, because for a while they kept playing it over and over and over and over and over, and they were talking about the alien, right, that came, or the aliens that were coming to invade. But they said something. They said, she is here. And I started thinking about it, right? They almost have this common theme with the aliens in these movies. Don't they always seem to build these aliens with multiple tentacles? Like an octopus. And I have been talking to a young man who's interested in this stuff, and I think that he's put together some reasonable explanations as to why it is that hive, that beehive, mentality, that octopus there. So let me just keep playing. I want to show you something that finally caught my eye. And look at the colors of these stars and these star patterns here. Red, white, and blue. All right. Now remember, I think it was the Moors who put up a video showing us that if you look closely at stars, when they're quote unquote twinkling in the sky, they show the three colors: red, blue, and a clear. So this part of the video, he's showing that they believe through the Turkish language they can interpret the words there. Look at the words and decode this language, because they're basically the same principles of his language. Look at that. This almost reminds me of the maps you see in some of the Christian churches where there's supposed to be these different realms. It almost looks like a Monopoly board too, right? Laid out. You start from far top there and you work your way all the way around. Look at that. The face in that star. I call it the sun. I wonder if it's connected to Lakesville's video about the black hole and Lucifer. Look at this. Now, this reminds me of some of those legends of tree goddesses. Here, let me pull one up for you real quick. I want to show you what I'm talking about. And there it is. Look at that. Does that not look like it? I mean, that looked like a mermaid to me. Like it's shutting off the lower half. Then again, it might be climbing out of a fish. It reminded me of the Dogon stuff, you know? Especially with the last version I posted where the woman was explaining like the Numo were, large number of them were female. That their gods were goddesses actually, and they were female. For all I know, that might be a fish spitting it out. I don't know. But that's what finally caught my eye when I went back and was looking through this. And I found a page, I'm gonna leave this in the description box, where it just goes through, you know, these tales of these, you know, mermaid-like things that have influenced history. I found another fallen angel. I was trying to find the one about Ariel, how she was a fallen angel, and she fought Lucifer and lost. Because I seen that a long time ago. I shared it with a few friends. I just didn't think it was going to be important. And there was another one, was Viper, is another angel that appears as a mermaid that's in the ocean. I'll post them both in the description box. Now let me get to the one that's this tree goddess here.